Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual stuff, and so much more within that realm. So anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and or my Facebook page if you're watching this on via Facebook. So if you can, I just want to let you know and remind you there's a lot going on in my head at the moment. With spirit sitting on my couch and things waiting for me to get going. Sorry, distracting me. Not right now anyway. I'm going to change that. So there may be that sort of thing going on with you, not so much with spirit distracting you, but with distractions going on in your life that's maybe taking you away from the root thing or the thing that you're really wanting to be focused on and centered on. And not that that's really a bad thing, but it's just like being aware of it and, you know, doing whatever it is there and bringing yourself back on track. So anyway, I'm going to bring myself back on track. So this reading is for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of March 20 in the year 2020. So today is the 1st of March that I'm doing this reading. So it's come at quite a timely time to be up for me to do this on saying that, because I've been trying to get it done for the last couple of days, and with, you know, to get the last 3 or 4 month star signs, or sorry, the last few signs, astrological signs, finished for March. But there's always usually a reason for that. Anyhow, but you may understand that message in there as well. So anyway, back on track again. These videos are for, or this video is for the sign of Sagittarius, whether it falls under your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. So if this doesn't resonate with you, please don't make it fit. Just take what does and leave the rest. Okay, so if it does resonate with you, wonderful. But if, like I say, if it doesn't, the other thing is check out one of your other signs, whether this this is your sun, moon, or rising, and or Venus. Check out one of the other ones that you're not watching this under. So it could be that you may get more, a little bit more information that will clarify some of what is being said here, as well as in something a little bit more to add to it. So the other thing is, like, even though this may, for some of you, it may not actually make sense right now, but it could do by the end of the month. I would encourage you to have a look again and maybe review it, and you might find that a lot more has come to fruition than you thought. So, and you'll get to understand, you'll realize that actually there have been some things that have occurred during the month. That's all good. So the other thing is, like I say, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I'm really wanting to build on it, increase the expansion on it, and to get the messages out there as far as I can via with Spirit's help, with your guides, my guides' help. We can do that. And also, if you have a comment, either social media platform that you're watching on, please leave a comment. I'm always curious to see how that works out for people. If you don't want to leave a comment, just give me a thumbs up. That will give me or a like, and that will let me know that something's resonating with you out there. So let me see, where are we going? So Sagittarius, there's a lot of energy, like I said, that's been happening around you. You've had like this quiet period in a way where there's been waiting for things to unfold, but that's been a good time to recalibrate your energy, recalibrate your thoughts, reassess things that are going on in your life, or that have been going on in your life, and also some plans that are put in place. So to prepare or semi-prepare for some things that are coming up. It's like getting yourself ready, whether that be for a job project or career change or something like that, that you're looking at changing your career, or that you're looking at like doing, going into business of some sort, or whether you are going into business, or there's some other projects that are like art projects that are coming up, or could be like house projects, stuff to do with that, the house. Could be projects with yourself, in the sense of you know, going to the gym and things like that, your healthy self-help, self-care sort of program routine. Maybe one you're working on, some of you are working on that. It could be anything across the board there. So there's this new phase that's coming in. So with that, so we have, let me see, where's going on, what is going on? This phase of a, where we're coming into, where we're going. There's a lot going on. So that's kind of where we're going, what's happening. So there's something there, like you're still waiting. It's like some things have come to notice, basically. So you know where you stand, but there's still some things that are still in the pipeline, is what they're talking about. So that's where that feeling of where we're going, what's happening, what am I doing, and that sort of thing. But Spirit is just saying to just keep on track with doing work on yourself, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually wise, or whatever. It's just keep doing that work on yourself in the meantime. So when the time, oh shivers, God, there's a whole lot of cards that fell out there. Well, I don't know how they all fell out, but there's a whole, that tells me that there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm not going to take any of those because I don't know which one fell, but that, you know, tells me that there's been a lot of action, and there is a lot of action happening. So things are about to, like, as your star sign says, fire up. So get ready for it. That's why there's been this quiet period in these last couple of months to, well, seemingly quiet period in some ways, getting you ready. That's what it's been for this time. It's getting you ready for to get cracking and get moving with stuff. So it's going to be a busy few months, like really busy for the next few months. I feel like next month, and it's just next month is just winding up for an even busier month for the next month, and then it's going to like almost like it's going to quieten down a little bit or slow down a little bit, but that's because once again some projects have been put into place, and then it's like the next phase is happening for you. So anyway, you're going to use these tarot cards today, but I feel like I need to draw one out of here first, and I'm just going to draw. But I've just got me drawing 2 rows of 5. We'll just see how we go today, what's happening with you guys today. So generally, okay, we'll take that one. It wants to come out. Okay, wow, we have the Fool. So something is coming up. So that for me, the Fool is really about, you know, taking that leap of faith. Because in this picture, there's a cliff, and he's walking up towards the cliff, and he's just going to keep walking because he knows he's confident in where he's going, what he's doing. He's found that, you know, for whatever reason, somehow he's found that confidence is to where he's wanting to go, and maybe actually not even fully knowing where he's going to go, but there's a sense of like something starting, something there is to begin, but I don't know where it's going to go. But hey, let's just go there and enjoy the ride, go with the flow. And because I'm just thinking like that little, his little, I don't know what they call those things, you know, those little knapsack thingy at the back on that stick. There's not a lot on there, so it's like that's in the past, it's over his shoulder in the back, so it's like, yeah, I'm leaving that baggage behind, whatever that is for you, whether it's self-confidence, whether it's an old attitude, or an old way of being or thinking or something like that, or whether it's something, there's movement where there are people that, you know, that you're leaving behind, but also and with these projects and things like that, there's some things have come to an end, so it's time you can actually, or there's a feeling of something's come to an end, so now you feel that you can move forward. Okay, so the Fool is just telling you, mentioning to you, that there is, you know, that have that leap of faith. And I kind of want to go and feel because I was going to draw initially was draw a card from one of these other decks as like for the theme of the month, but I do feel like actually that is the theme for the month, being the first card out. That is the thing for the month. So I'm going to like pull that, just put that to the side there, because there is the next card that's come out is the Two of Wands. So there's something that you've got, the Two of Wands is, the theme behind that is work is underway. So you've got, you've obviously got something going or something started in some way with some project that's for you personally, but also to do with work, business, and that sort of thing. But also and also even with all those other things that I talked about before, about, that self-care with yourself. And like even that's mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all those sorts of things. Like what's going on in your mind? Are you letting your emotions get caught in the way? Are you seeing things from the right perspective? And things like that. So there's a lot of that, and then so you can move into this new beginning. Okay, take that leap and taking that leap of faith and having that trust that actually, even though, because I feel like some of you may be feeling like you're going off path, off track, and it might feel like that, but it's like there's like this opportunity comes up, and you just can't, there's that feeling I can't say no, but you might miss out on doing something, or is this the right way to go? But then there's also something else that's coming up as well next month that has the potential to take you off track. However, there's like, even though there's still that, but what Spirit is telling me and what I'm feeling is that it's like taking that risk. What the cards are saying is taking that risk, and I don't even see it as a risk. I see it as an opportunity. Is what Spirit are giving me that feeling. And I have all these people that are sitting on the seat there waiting and waiting for some of you to like get your butt into gear and just go with the flow of things. And, because I'm hearing like choice, we can make one choice, make a choice, and then we can make another choice, from that, but it's from the choice that you made to head down that track here, this new beginning or new beginnings. Because I do feel like, when we open the door to one, and I know for myself personally, that's really, when we open the door to one thing, and then another door opens and another door opens, it shows us more possibilities, and and that just they do not go in your head, but there is definitely something going. You've got something underway, and so this Two of Wands is showing you that there's lots of light, lots of energy there, the sun energy there, lots of support. But it's about like grounding you. But it's also there's something to do with because the Wands is about really the theme around it is imagination and ideas, but it's also about taking action with those ideas. So there's something that you've actioned, you've started working towards, or some things for some of you, and that maybe have opened some doors up. And now you think, oh gosh, where the hell am I going? But you see, the next thing is we have the card that tells me that something is, there is something else that's coming up as the Magician, and that talks about, new beginnings, opportunities, and using your talents. And the Magician comes in, with this energy, with this energy. And sometimes the energy can bring in with the Magician can bring up like this trickster feeling, in the sense that, maybe I'm taking the wrong path, maybe, and that sort of thing. So it really comes down to you, like listening to your intuition and what it is, and what it is that you really want to do, and also where your thought frame is coming from. So whether you're going to look at it as like taking you off path, that it's the wrong way to go because of blah blah blah, or whether you're going to listen to your intuition, and that's that sense, the logic and the intuitive side, the left brain right brain thing. Whether you're going to take, a look down there to see what's down there, because there's information that you may need to see that will take you, that you could bring back into whatever else is you're doing in the long run. So it may be that's where it may be a short journey, it may be a long journey, but however long that journey is, it's like not letting your head get in the way, and not letting your emotions get in the way of making that decision. So there are definitely, and with you having these cards, come up the Fool, taking that leap of faith, and this Two of Wands, that you've already got something underway. So it's just keeping on going with the, like if there's 2 or 3 things going on, it's like, I'm just hearing, maybe you are meant to take, on all 3 of those in some way or form, but it's just managing your time. So maybe it might be that, or you may need to get in help, or you may need to just, I'm not sure where they're going with that now, because I've just stopped. So maybe it's about you just stopping and thinking about, really mulling it over, and like doing a meditation or something like that, or going out into nature and maybe doing a little bit more research with some of the things you've got going on. And maybe it's just like, like the fool is saying, is just taking that leap of faith and having that courage to go in that way, knowing that Spirit are taking you down a path, okay, to get some information. And like I say, the word choice comes in quite a lot, that and with the energy at this point. So see, then we've got like a gift or financial opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles that's come out. So it's like, there's a lot going on. So with you, so the Ace of Pentacles, it's to do with, there's a lot of energy, like money and potential. So there's like I say, these projects at the end of the day where there's 1, 2, and then 3. So it's not like they're all like, some of them, there's this main one at the moment where you have a road pathway, and you've been collecting information, and there's something going off that way and something branching off, but it's like, taking a look. Yeah, there's something, a gift or a financial opportunity that's coming. That is coming. And like I say, these tarot, like, as you know, just make, these based, the messages that are coming through are based on the energy that's around you at the moment, if this resonates with you. And it's, at the end of the day, we have free will as to which way we're going, but the cards seem to be indicating that there's some sort of movement, that you've created the movement. It's like not balking at any, not balking and seeing the love and doing it anyway. And turning your perception around, or your perspective around, looking at that, because there's a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of new beginnings within the phases of whatever you're thinking of doing, or there's a few things that you're thinking of doing, but it's all going to line up. That's what Spirit are talking about. This is, that's why I say there's this main one going off there, then something going off there, but there's also something going off there again, but it's all going to link back up into here. So it's like into this main pathway at some point. And, it's kind of, because I'm just hearing not to shoot yourself in the foot about it. So, and then the next card that's like sticking out here, that's turned facing me, is the moon. So, and I was going to talk about the moon, because, the moon before, and how it's like there's a bit of fluctuation and confusion. So it's about utilizing what I'm hearing here is utilizing the moon cycles in, and like your intuition, and to move through the healing, whatever it is that you're healing, moving through these doubts and fears and things like that are maybe like you feel could hold you back, and moving through some of these stuck limiting these patterns that have maybe for some of you kept you stuck and just want like tunnel vision in one way and not looking to the side for any like sort of other information to help you out to bring onto the path. Sometimes we have to go right in there and then go and then stay in there for a little bit and then come back out, get back out and go back on, and take what we've learned back on that path. And that, so there may be, and with these moon cycles, it can bring up a little bit of confusion because the energy fluctuates. So just like now, at the moment, we're in, an area of phase there at the moment. It's like where the energy for me, like, and I'm feeling is picking up. So I've had a little bit of a down period because of the not down period. Well, downtime period is basically, that's what I mean by that. A downtime period to reconnect and into my work in a different way with some projects that I've, got out there, and it's given me a time, when I say reconnect, to for the planning goals and and getting material ready for the different courses that are coming up, and different sections of the courses are coming up, and the other work that Spirit are like getting me to do. So there may be a similar theme there for you as well. So with some of you Sagittarius, Sagittarians, I was going to say. So for me, what I'm getting is this is the moon is just this moon card. She's asking you to utilize her energy when when you need to like rest, then rest. When things are feeling a little bit like higgledy-piggledy, there's usually that's time to like slow down and contemplate what's going on, like look a bit deeper in there, and there are things that will come up with you that you need to address for yourself. There's that mindfulness and that mindful awareness sort of thing going back, being mindful of you, being aware of you and the way you respond to things, okay, and how you respond to people and, in situations and things like that. So, and there's that adaptability that's coming in. It's being more adaptable and more open to seeing different things coming in, okay, that you never thought that, like that's what they're talking about. Some of these things you think you may be going off track. Why? Well, the only way you're going to find out why is that when you go in there or you go and do it or you research a bit more, you know what I mean? So it's like far. And it may be like far that's like, I don't know, yeah, so for you, and you may be brushing it away. But, yeah, Spirit is just saying, take another look at it, okay? Take another look at it. It's like, yeah, okay. Whew. Okay, so these 4 cards fell out together. Oh, my gosh. So I'm going to, the first card that fell out is tension release. So there seems to be, like with this moon cycle, there's a lot of growth coming up. And, I think around the 9th of March, there is something, I can't remember now where the new moon is coming in. I was going to have to Google that one. I've forgotten about it. So check out the new moon. But I know that's when the Mercury retrograde is, it switches, it goes back into its normal phase cycle. So I can't remember what they call that. It's just like skipped my mind. But anyway, that's the gist of the message there, is to utilize their phases. So maybe have a look at what the moon cycles have to offer us as far as our energy goes. So you can utilize, get the most out of those down times and up times, the increase of energies and stuff like energy that you have. Okay. Anyway, so then then we have the 3 of Swords, which is like there's something that's what this moon cycle is about as well. There's something that is being released. You're like figuring something out. It's like with this one, and it's like the Swords is about life challenges, but it's also about thinking and going into your head. So there's like getting rid of the bullshit that's in there. Even though there are some things that you don't want to do or don't want to let go of, or you're struggling to let go of, that's like, I feel like this moon cycle will help you, figure that out, because it's going to bring up some stuff to really help you, see the truth. Actually, is why the struggle is there, why the tension is there, and to release it. Okay, so you release it. So the next card out, oh my gosh, okay, card out is the Tower. So the Tower, the theme of that is demolishing old away for the new, basically, to come through. So there's the Tower there. So there may have been some things like we're just talking about here that's, with this, 3 of Swords, or some tension and some that's, you're holding on to stuff and in the way that things should be or how you want them to be, but actually there's that in that stuckness side of things, and okay, and how you want it to be should be is not always the way, the path exactly that you need to take. So sometimes, like there's just saying here, is like looking to the side. Sometimes if there's something that pops up, like with these opportunities here that are coming up for you, is not to get too much into your head about that, because it's all in helping you to break free of some limiting belief patterns that you've been used to and following, and it's all like used to following and being enjoying, and and just with behavior patterns and things that for some of you could be, some of you are breaking free of addictions, and I'm hearing monopolies and manipulations, relationships and stuff like that. But definitely something is falling away, breaking away, you know, and, you know, and it's emotionally, in the way that you think and be, it's, you know, that's affected. So something is, yeah, that's pretty cool that there's a change in that way. So with that, if you're going to get the energy, once you've got through that, or you're thinking like that, work with that. It's like the energy, because we've got the Knight of Wands, and I do believe the Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius, is Sagittarius actually. So, and I feel like obviously that is you, whether you're a female or a male. There's action, you know, it's about energy and action. So you're going to get this boost of energy to get into action of what you like. You know what it is that you need to do and how you're going to do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens like near the end of the month. Well, no, not even near the end of the month, but it's like something. It's like you get given the green light, you know, and it's all go from there. It's like woo, and it might be, you might even hear like even like mid-March about something, and then something else, and then something else. It's going to be like bang, 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 whatever is happening. But definitely, like they're saying, is like getting into you know, working with this, the mind and the perception, and how you see things, how, you know, view things. And also there are other things that are falling by the way that are outside of that, that are not necessarily to do with you in your life, but it's like there's a support group network that you're in, a community that you're in. So there's maybe something that's going on in there, that something's breaking away that you're releasing from, or you're being released from, and it's time for you now to move into whatever it is that you need to be doing. But I feel like the hard yards has been, you know, the groundwork has been there. Cool, is there, and it's just right now taking the next step. But it's maybe, yeah, it's kind of very interesting. Anyway, so the next card out is the Queen of Swords, which is interesting, and the theme around the Queen of Swords is suffering with dignity and resignation. So there's been a lot of work there, and she's like, there she is, and they're just saying like you've been through a lot, and you know, there's movement in the way that you're thinking, being, and doing things now. And so what I'm drawn to there is her feet on the cushion there. She's feeling very grounded, even though this is an ear. You know, the swords are about ear, and thinking. You're starting to feel more grounded and more knowing and more in yourself, because there's a little bit more stability. So she's done with, she's done. She's ready to move. She's the next phase. You're ready to move the next phase. So it's like, and you're ready to move with, like the card says. These are my practice cards, by the way. I've got some new cards coming in, and I've left some somewhere else, so it's all right. They're having a bit of a rest, but I'm using these now today. So yeah, like I say, so there's something new. Have a rest. And you may have left something behind or something else, but it's like it's meant to be there for now. It'll come back. Cool. Suffering with dignity and resignation. So that's pretty. I think that really says it all. We're in the theme for that card. But she's sitting there proudly in her on her throne. To the side though, on saying that, because she knows. I'm getting from that feeling that she knows that she's, that's done, and that she's like ready to go with that. She's like cut through that bullshit basically, and she's figured it out. Wow, that's pretty cool. So, in that set of four with that. So that tells me that you're going to be moving on, having figured out, especially with the thinking side of things in that movement. Oh gosh. And then we have the Eight of Wands, just to reconfirm that, the Eight of Wands is action and excitement there. So he's sent out, like, you see that? He's sent out, shooting at all those or throwing at all of these wands, taking action. So I feel like with this one, well, it's not throwing actually, he's got the bow and he's shooting them out into the direction where he needs to go, and he's heading towards that. So you've already got the Knight of Wands, and they're, you know, telling you that that's there. So, you know, the Eight of Wands is just reconfirming that you've actually, you know, you've shot out all your action, you've taken action. So it's time now. It's just heading fully, courageously, confidently towards those projects, ideas, opportunities that are there for you. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. See, the energy is very, very interesting now. So that's there. So there's like, and it really is comes down to like this, the Fool card here in the beginning here. The theme card is like, you know, taking that leap of faith. And then the last card is, interestingly enough, the Five of Cups was about regret and sorrow. But however, I see that, you know, that figure is there, and it's like they're walking away from that. Okay, so and that's what you're walking away from something. And there's 2 cups behind you. There's, you know, 3 that have tipped over, that are in this picture. But it's like you've turned your back on it basically. You've worked through it. You're working through it, but it's not holding you back. You figured it out, and it's like, let's go. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the learning, and voila, there you go. It's rock and roll, baby. That's what I've got someone here that's like, really like rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's get moving, buddy. And I'm just going to finish off with a card from the Sacred Web deck. See what comes up for you. And I just wanted to shuffle this one for some reason. So they're just, and I'll shuffle here. Okay, cool. And that card will hopefully fall out in the next couple of shuffles. So there's, okay, where are we going? There's still something coming. There we go. There's 2, rejuvenation. So, here we go. Rejuvenation, number 17 in this deck. So the alchemical sign, if you look at the bottom, is Earth. So keeping yourself grounded is really important through this process. It's like staying in your body, so you can do, you know, so you can hear, feel, sense all the messages that are coming through. Okay, but keeping grounded. And 1 is about these new beginnings again, and 7 is about creation. Creation and creating. Creation in the way that you create yourself. So creating, you know, and learning about yourself is basically what that is, as you being the creator of everything that you do. And, you know, so now looking at that, because I'm also hearing like, and taking responsibility for what that is for you, and that sort of thing. So it's in looking at in that way, like being the creator, that you are the creator of your money, finance, relationships, you know, family, whatever that is, in whatever way you're looking at it, career, how that works out for you, everything. So this period of time has given you, you know, in period of time that you have and you are going through now, you will still be going through that next month. There's a rejuvenation period of time where it's like they're just talking about staying really grounded within yourself. I'm just going to put some charcoal here, and it's like, you need to put some Palo Santo back on there, and because that's Spanish for holy wood actually, and it's just got this beautiful smell of frankincense and myrrh, a little bit of pine and lemon, like a citrusy sort of smell. That's really smoky. That's really super hot, got a charcoal in there. So it's just, so anyway, that's interesting. So just clearing the way. It's just helping you clear the way for where it is that you're wanting to go. There's a dog barking. So there we go. They're just clearing the way as well, letting you know that there's something there. And I'll just waft this around you because clearly for them to make me catch attention to that. Clearing the way for you. Beautiful. Awesome. I'm just making that, sorting that out. Awesome. There you go. So, and then the next card out is humility. So, number 37 in the deck. So, humility, and it's like when, you know, there's something that will probably come up when, you know, when things really get going, and it may be that you may be going through a time where you may be having to feel a little bit, you know, going into that space. And it's number 37 in the deck. So it's finding balance in that journey of, you know, with yourself, and that creation of, because number 7 is like you've got another a 7 there. So again, so that's about creation and learning about actually yourself and how you are the one that creates. You are the one that is the creator of everything, basically. So that's double confirming there that something is there for you to create in many different ways. Wow. Phew, I'm feeling really hot, and I don't think it's just this weather because it's flaming hot today. It's really warmed up, but it's really hot in this room. So the energy is really starting to warm up, heat up. Get cracking, babe. Or sister, whoever you are, whoever's watching this. Okay, brother, sister. Okay, I feel like that's all I need to go do now. It's just like, yeah, going with it, with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. Whew. So, if you would like to get a reading, a full reading from me, and to expand on this, and or just to, you know, a full reading for you, please make contact with me. My contact details are either, if on YouTube, it'll be in the box below. If it's on Facebook, it'll be in the box above, to contact me to book an appointment. And yeah, if you could share this reading, or share this this video, that would be awesome. Yeah, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be awesome too. Thanks heaps. Have a wonderful, amazing March. Sounds like you're going to, if you choose to take this mission. And I'll see you next month. Bye for now.